week. But despite all that, Envy is still far from the world-class team that you guys once were. So I'm just wondering, how much would a strong performance here at the Major mean for you and your teammates?
It would mean a lot. I mean, we're here with the same mentality that we always were. It's just going to events and trying to win games one after the other until you don't have games to play anymore. And yeah, it would be great to grab it. Competition is very hard because CS is unpredictable, but now in that case it plays in our favor because we're the underdogs, and that's where we can play with no pressure and just play individually great and just surprise teams. So I think now it's good for us, and we come here wanting to win every game. Doesn't matter who we play, and we don't look at who is against us. And yeah, that would be great to start the year with 2 wins.
All right, well, thank you very much, MBK. Congratulations again on that crazy win. Richard, back to you.
Thanks a lot for that. It was indeed a crazy win, and maybe Kenny S and ELEAGUE are going to have a little hug backstage afterwards and talk about,
Maybe shuffle ELEAGUE in.
might
Put a little joker in that deck.
Yeah, but look, I got to say, EnvyUs were in control. It was looking very bad for Moses at one point. He'd gone sheepish, skulked off to the Moses corner of predictions, and then Team Liquid start coming back into it, and all of a sudden he starts getting vocal.
But in the end, it did still look bad for Moses.
Oh, he did. So,
I mean, this is the thing. No matter what your kind of idea of Team Liquid is coming into this match, they're supposed to be they were billed as one of the weaker teams that was in this pool due to some of the issues they were having. If you make mistakes, if you lose focus like that, like Envy did, this is just what you're in store for. Like, no matter how weak they might be in the grand scheme of things, they're still very competitive on a professional scale, so they can't punish that. Obviously, they still have the players. This match for Liquid, all about ELEAGUE. Another huge performance from him. He's become very, very consistent at the majors. For me, he's probably the best player in North America. I think he's probably, when we see him at majors, it's just incredible what he can do. And it's got to be heartbreaking that he wasn't able to pull it out. It just seemed like a game of almost individual efforts. You had JDM, you had ELEAGUE, and then you had Sixer, and then you had ELEAGUE, and then you had NBK, and then you had...
Stewie Automatic are just hoping for drops on stream.
I mean, he's woke up. Duncan's in the room.
But no, I think, this was another exceptional performance from ELEAGUE, but unfortunately, the recent trend has been he has these really good performances, but doesn't necessarily add up to Team Liquid wins. I mean, even at some of the tournaments they've had where they didn't really go that far, his stats are still looking great, so that's one of the problems, is integrating it into the team. This was a better effort overall from Team Liquid, but I mean, you could see from EnvyUs there, they knew they were playing their part in just falling apart entirely. And
it was pretty apparent that Liquid eventually in triple overtimes run out of steam, like tactically. They didn't seem to have any kind of fresh ideas or any kind of real minor changes to any execute to throw Envy off guard. But in regulation, you could see some of the influence of Zeus. They were a little bit more proactive on the Liquid side on some of the defensive setups. They're a little bit more aggressive, had a plan of getting a lot of fast flanks in as much as possible. It didn't pay off in a win, but I mean, you can see the thought process that they now have behind them.
Yeah, so I mean, what do we make of these teams looking at it? I didn't have any strong feelings coming in about Team Liquid. I kind of felt they're going to be one of the also-rans at the tournament. I think losing that, I think there was a point in that game once they got to overtime. I think EnvyUs are there for the taking. I think Team Liquid definitely regret that. But what about EnvyUs? They've had that big championship win in China. They come here. Could they beat Dark Horses for it overall?
I don't think so. Like, here's the thing, maybe to get out of the group, that's a possibility. It really depends on opponents, I think, though, and the randomizer. That's going to really have to help them out. I have to say, this game here, I don't expect them to actually have the good elements of this performance as much against other teams. Like, I think Cash coming out actually really helped them. I mean, you really saw like a throwback performance from MBK. Funnily enough, for people who haven't followed the game very that long, someone very much associated with this map. There's so very few players who... You think of Cash, you think of that play, you think of sports, you invented so many of the smokes, the Molotovs. This is kind of his specialty, so I don't think you can expect that kind of performance from him. With that said, a lot of the other elements were pretty stable. Kenny S had a pretty solid performance. Apex had some good rounds.
No, Apex was monumental for Envy to win this game. In overtime, he was incredible on the entries into that A-bomb site. He was just a beast. It was a flash of brilliance out of him. So without him, I'm not sure they're able to win this in overtime.
You see, though, they didn't really have the killer instinct. That's the problem,
Yeah, well, definitely. And then the overconfidence. I mean, that round is just going to get highlighted for just being monumental. You just can't do that.
Yeah, I'm super happy for JDM to get a highlight like that. But again, that should never happen. So there you have it. EnvyUs with the win. We are now going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, guess what? Another amazing match. It's Astralis versus Godsent, so make sure you join us.
Hope you get a drop, Stewie.
It's cute when Thorin and Moses agree on a team for once. It's very rare, but Astralis, the favorites going into this. I think Device, there was a great answer in an AMA that he had earlier this week, if not a week, maybe a little more than a week ago, where he talked about how he's basically done a spreadsheet of positions he plays, his effectiveness in them, using a heat map, and evaluating his own play at a level other players do not do.
That's a pretty heavy commitment, I have to say. Going to the level of making spreadsheets, I've never had anyone doing that before, but that's quite an interesting idea of working out how other role players operate and what they do on each map. So you can just remind yourself every time you go into this sort of situation, go up against world-class all players as well, obviously going against JW this time. A little bit difficult to predict what he's going to do. Famously one of the most erratic Orbers, I would say. Kind of difficult to predict how he's going to be kind of channeling you, but here we go then, Matt. Train. I have to say I heavily favour Astralis as well, and I agree with Duncan. They're one of the hot favourites for me to actually win this major as well. That's quite a rare thing to say for a team like Astralis, especially kind of last couple of years they've had. It's been up and down.
Do you know what the worst part about that is?
What?
Astralis hit a slump last year, and jokingly Anders has been saying for the last 6 months, Astralis is going to win the next major. Astralis is going to win the next major. And we're sitting here going, Anders, come on, you Danish fanboy. You're like as bad as Moses. And then they peak right before the major.
Well, the good thing is, if they do win the major, Moses takes a cream pie to the face again.
What?
That's the best.
Oh, now I'm cheering for them.
Yep. And it's what about
I'm not going on stage with them this time.
Well, there you go.
I'm not going to get sabotaged twice. Pistol to start off, though. Will be one kit. Pronax, he's got a smoke as well on the CT side. Device, he's already elected to use his utility. One smoke in towards Sandwich. The second one now is going to isolate back toward third alley, but it's a stack back in this position. Schneider and Helen, Pronax and Lekro playing the rear tunnels are going to watch off toward Ivy. 3 players entering already from Astralis. And the first will go down. It's Pronax with the shot. Schneider follows it up, tries to look for another. Zipfix that falls in the hands of Lekro. Instead, it leaves Glaive and just Device now. 1 versus 4, and he's been quietly waiting for the shots, but shots that are well missed. And Flush is going to walk out and take him down eventually.
Yeah, interesting. We normally see the terrorist team, we talk about it almost every single time we cast Train on the T-pistol. You want to be heading towards that B site and actually guaranteeing yourself a bomb going down. There they go for the outside split on the A site and get shut down there across the board. Didn't really get going at all there, Astralis. They're certainly the favourites in this matchup here, but it's a great start from Godsent. It comes down to Pronax opening things up with Schneider and Lekro joining in with those USPs as well. And not really much Glaive and Device could do there at that point. It's getting shut down and segregated across the board. As we go into round number 2, there is a force buy from Astralis. Quite common to see in the second round over the terrorists. If you don't get the bomb down, you're going to be getting Tech 9s, Deagles. They are limited with grenades, of course, but Glaive, he's got a smoke and a flashbang. That means he's down to a PT-50. So maybe smoke towards Connector on the bomb side itself, flash in and see what's a possibility here. In terms of Godsend there by, he's going to be a scout and 1 UMP. And a FAMAS as well. So quite a rifle-centric buy here. We'll see whether they can just keep 5 players alive here and deny the bomb plant. That's going to be their objective for them.
Micro inching closer to the front of the A site. Dupree with Tech 9, meanwhile, already down the ladder. Wants to lead this explosive charge into the yard. Glaive, meanwhile, just peeks over toward B. Doesn't really spot anyone. Now, this becomes a problem because we know you can solo onto B, but Flush is so far back, it's a fast rotation as well. So just getting a bomb plant in this, it's going to be very challenging with the 1 smoke they have left.
Well, Glaive, presumably, he'll be faking towards inside by himself. That's the 1 smoke they've got, expended towards the B side of the map. He'll flash in and actually push into that side. If he gets in undetected, maybe causes his teammates to come in. That is pulling CTs to the B side as well. You can see Lekro, he's actually coming from the connector area as well. That's actually going to be working out, but JW gets the opening fast with that scout, looking for the second as well, but can't land the shot quite yet.
He's tagged up, but Device can't find a shot in return. He's on 39. Pronax instead will take down Device. That covers off Sandwich, lets JW get another shot, and he closes with 3 in the round on a scout, so a very good second round for him on that weapon.
Yeah, so the theory of the strategy works out for Astralis there. 1 smoke down towards ramp. Glaive there by himself, trying to pull CDs away from that outside bomb site. It does work in that fashion. Lekro comes towards connector, but unfortunately, the commitment towards outside, the scout shuts him down. Here's JW landing a couple of shots there to finish things off. Nice work from him. That's going to be a full eco now for Astralis. We're going to round number 3. No bomb planted as of yet, so Money going to be in a fragile position. They're all probably not going to be a possibility going into that first gun round here. And at this point, Godsent can just sit back, stretch out, and enjoy this round as it's going to be 5 Glocks up against them and no utility, no armor, pretty much as redundant as it gets. If the bomb goes down, that's an amazing result for Astralis going forward, and they actually make the all possibility. But let's see whether they can just get towards the inside site. There will be 1 player waiting for them, that's Flush out, but what a huge advantage he has. No nades, no armor, and just 5 terrorists in front of him to spray down. Perfect range for it, but if he does miss a few shots here and a player can get a position on the site, the plant is a possibility. 4 towards upper ramp, Glaive to distract once again toward lower. Staying alive is actually working out quite nicely for them.
Naden's going to do decent damage to Glaive as he walked out exactly when it landed. That was a Molotov that went out to try and get toward default. Bomb gets planted before damage can be done, but an 8 coming through from Schneider will take down Glaive. Now important to remember that they did get this bomb plant before buy in the next round. Not only that, Device has actually picked up an M4 and then decent damage. He pulls it back temporarily to an even situation at 3 versus 3, but he's found by Schneider, leaving just Zipix remaining, trying to wrap around late. Catch off who he can, but caught out by Electro in the end. Again, it won't matter. Godsent had the round wrapped up, but they get more money for the next buy.
Yeah, that was just 5 blocks, no nades, no other man. So getting 2 kills and the bomb down as well, that's actually a pretty good result. I think the AWP is actually a possibility now at this stage. I'll have a quick look as, yeah, it is. Device can actually pick it up. That $800 actually makes a massive difference now. He gets some head armor as well to go with it. No nades, but Device, as actually pointed out across...
The $800 gets him to glass cannon, but the kill as well that he got. So
right.
Both those are huge.
So the people are like, he's been ranked very highly in 2016, like definitely in the top 5. I think he was number 4.
Number 3.
Was he number 3?
Number 3 for the second year in a row. Simple was number 4.
Oh, there you go.
Snacks was number 5.
You seem to got this memorized.
And Dr. Disrespect was number 1.
And it's going to be AWP in the hands of Device, and he'll just be trying. It's a default for now. Obviously, Train lends itself to set pieces. There hasn't been a clean one for Astralis so far. The bomb in the previous round certainly gives him a much better buy than anticipated. So we'll see whether JW, he's got the AWP on the other side. Let's see whether that spreadsheet's going to work out for Device there. So far, not so good as JW strikes first to take that play.
Shot coming through, Lycro able to take down KRB. Schneider stepping up again. Great start from Godsent in this match as they have another 5 versus 2 situation to work with, and Zipix tagged down to just 5 HP remaining. Slow start from Astralis. Bomb down, Device able to at least cover off the JW as well, but he's going to quickly cower into the corner. That does open up a chance for Zipix to find the shot, though. And it's only 1-man advantage. HP is still a factor for Zipix, who's staying on to the AK, but missed shot Device. It's going to give them a bit of advance, and not only that, nade landing beside him takes a fraction of his HP away.
Now they have to reset a little bit. That incendiary will slow them right down. Zipix down to 5 HP, but Device, I'm surprised Pronax puts himself in that position. He knows the AWP is there as well. A little bit of a blunder, I have to say, that brings it to a 2-on-2 and still a very winnable situation for Astralis. Device finds 2 kills. It's up to Lecro and JW now, and you can see JW's worried about the flank potential coming in as well. Zipix won't be in that area. He's actually coming from Ivy, and this could actually work out very nicely indeed. It's going to come down to this horrible timing. Lecro is out to buy the Ivy train. He will be going down as well. Zipix strikes. Now it's up to JW, 2-on-1.
This is massive. That's such a smart rotation. Zipix all the way around the map to catch them off. JW, though, timing to his favor, spots up the bomb as it's picked up and turns back to get the low HP, and Godsent will prevail. It was a 5 versus 2, no less, though.
I have to say it, like I pointed out before, Pronax's position there, it didn't have to be so exposed. They had control of the round. They had a huge advantage at that point. And Device, he finds an opening, but JW, great work from him there. Good communication with Godsent overall. The fact that when the teammates went down, he seemed to be aware exactly as to where the second player would be after he found that first kill, and it's going to be 4-0 in favor of Godsent here, and it's actually put Astralis on 4 safe loss bonus or partial buy. No bomb goes down once more, so it's going to be Tech9's smokes. This will be a set piece. The idea here, try and get the bomb down. Of course, these rounds are very winnable, to be fair. You can push through and a lot of running gun potential with these upgraded pistols here. Flusher, though, he finds the first kill, takes down Zipix. Here come the smokes, 5-on-4. Godsent, though, probably going to be finding a couple of kills before the bomb gets anywhere near the site. They might want to play in front of the smoke at this point. We'll see what they decide to do as they start to bloom.
Cover off the A-train. JW has a bit of a line of sight down toward A main through L position, but doesn't now, just gets the shot. Okay, doesn't find an angle, but does get Device. Bomb is going to go down on all this, though. Chaos ensues. It's Dupree. Can't quite get a kill. 2 HP. Doesn't matter. Godsent stay flawless again. Now, that matters because the last round they go down to 1 remaining. That forces a lot of reinvestment. They've just reset themselves with a full efficient round.
Yeah, and it's not a big deal. The bomb goes down. It's Astralis the maximum loss bonus regardless. You might as well let them have the plant. Guarantee you keep 5 players alive. I speculated they had the option to play in front of the smokes and challenge there, but they wanted to sit back and actually pounce on the terrorists waiting. They knew to be in lesser weaponry as well. It's actually a very nice play from Godsent. It's been a difficult project for Godsent overall, you have to say, Matt. It's not been one of which that's been very fruitful for them overall in terms of tournament victories, but it seems to be getting better very slowly. It's on an upward trajectory, just not at a crazy angle, you know. As we go into round number 6, we do have the AWP once again for Device. JW still on the AWP himself. It is arguably one of the most CD-sided maps in the game right now, up there with Nuke, which seems to be balancing out a little bit. So this is a great start from Godsent. It's where you want to be at. But now Astralis, that's real gun round for them. We'll see whether they can actually deliver here. Zipix does find some positional control towards outside.
Throwing smoke.
Device will get toward the server. A lot of emphasis on this A site. One time they did go B, they got a bomb plant down, but now guns back up. They want to try and find opening picks, quick boost. Backside, Device tries to get the shot with the op. And just barely gets away alive. That could be it. And it is. Yep, 4 HP, no chance. Anywhere in that corner he was going to be found by that nade.
Okay, Dupree, why not? He picks up the orb himself, and that 5-on-4 advantage gets thrown away. 4-on-4, we spoke about it before. Does actually give the terrorist advantage, not necessarily on train. We'll see what happens here as Lecro strikes from the electric box, finds 2 headshots as well. The bomb is dropped, 4-on-2, Zipex and Dupree now. A lot of work to do here. It's up to Zipex, knows to be great in these situations, finds a frag, but quickly shut down. 3-1, Dupree. Drop the orb back towards the AK, and it's not going to be enough there, so 6-0 in favor of Godsent, Matt. No one saw this coming. We didn't think they'd go that deep in this tournament, and Astralis a tip to win the entire thing.
I did not see that. That is unreal. That's incredible.
He's got off the wall as well.
That's everything. Why am I'm hold it together. Hold it together, Matt. That's incredible.
It was good. Maybe not that.
No, it was great. It was like the greatest thing all day. Forget the JDM ace. That's like...
As he jumped, oh my god, it's perfect.
So good.
Into space he goes. To the stars, Matt.
To the stars. Astralis.
Yeah? See? It all works.
That's fantastic. All right.
Replays it. All right, that's not...
If you can dodge a wrench, you can fly from a grenade.
Well, there it is.
I like that it comes down subtly on the other side of the wall, just casually. Dupree turns around, just grabs the gun like nothing happens. And to be fair, hit a kill. 6 rounds in a row, though, from Godsent. As you say, we've got a tactical timeout already coming in from Astralis as a result. Both of the analysts said that it was going to be Astralis. The analysts can never be right. Perhaps it's their fault.
Perhaps it is. Well, then pause comes in. No orb this time for Device. Still going to be at that maximum loss bonus, of course, but no bombs going down. So will we get AKs across the board for Astralis? In terms of utility, they have got the smokes. Not all the Molotovs they need, but we'll see whether they can actually get something rolling here. We haven't seen too much in terms of the solid set pieces, except on those the kind of Tech 9 rounds, the partial buys, and not much towards the bomb site either. It looks like that's where they'll be heading this time. Zipex has got control of brown holes at this point. No one going to be challenging him. It's a difficult angle to face. Takes a lot of bravery. We do say it's a difficult shot for the CTs at this point, but we can see now it's going to be Flusher. He's aiting towards that upper round position. Hasn't got the AWP, and a little bit of maybe a miss move there. Didn't necessarily intend to drop down fully, but does have time to recover. And we've seen his position coming in more and more. It's actually been quite popular recently. You don't face towards the upper round, you wait for them to drop down. And it actually can be very, very effective indeed. Flusher capitalizes.
Yeah, we've seen multiple people use this as of late. Zipex, he's going to take down Schneider. Lecro, though, responding, spraying down 2 in the upper entry. Thankfully, Device gets in a position to catch him off before damage is any worse, because now it's just him remaining in 1 versus 3. Could have easily been 4. Spots 1. Trigger discipline, not quite. Wants to get the shot while he can. Isolates Flusher. And the 2 remaining are in front of him. It's not like he's going to get off from behind, but he's got to be reading this correctly. So close, and above him, here's it, but JW hits the shot with the CZ75 instead. 7-0, and why not? Little disrespect. Not the doctor, but it's JW instead to dish it out, and this is going to get tough for Astralis. A lot of people had them in their pick 'em going through undefeated.
Yeah, wow. This is a rough road for them so far. Still maximum loss bonus. The bombs are not going down for them. So we'll see what happens here.
The good news is, in bad weather, they now have the Quattro system to pull them through, Henry. So it's time to show that off.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for Audi Pans. I forgot. Audi Pans will be very strong with you. A little spray there as well.
Why not? Device onto pistols yet again this round. JW is going to try and spot down from Hitch and switch it up again from Hell. He's been playing this position a lot on the AWP, and we saw it with the Scout as well early on round 2. But he's got the angles definitely down pat. He's been finding a lot of kills in these positions. Lecro leads the way on 11, JW just behind on 9. Device, the only one really doing much on the Astralis side. In fact, 0 kills thus far from Glaive, and we're on round 8.
Yeah, well, great performance so far, and Astralis clutching at straws slightly now. Another partial buy with the Deagles and PD50s. 1 smoke again. They tried to fake towards inside before, but JW aggressive this time. Can't nail the shot, but does spot a couple of players shotting across and gets the second. Okay, then.
Showing it fast. JW's looking hot so far. Good shot from Dupree. We know he's good on a Deagle, but Kirby found by Schneider. JW goes to the CZ. Good flash through. And this round looking done as well. JW not quite closing it. I want to point something out as well. We've had 2 rounds that came to a defuse, but of the 7 rounds that have already gone by, and now about to be the 8th, Astralis has died every player in every single round, which means they're not even saving guns in dire situations.
And yeah, as the scoreboard has pointed out, Glaive yet to post a frag on the board just yet. The new in-game leader was obviously brought in to replace Carrigan. More firepower, arguably, in terms of the raw skill he possesses, and that has been true up until this game, I'd say. 0-8 not going too well for him, to be fair. Kiabi, very low scoring game for him as well. 1 for 8. Dupree, one of the superstars of the team. He's only got 2 frags so far. No one from Astralis really delivering as of yet. It's only Device with anything close to a decent scoreline and 7 kills. He gets the AWP out once again. Still quite early on, believe it or not. 8-0 on train on the CD side. It's not a big deal. They're aiming for like 4 or 5 rounds. That's a winnable situation for Astralis. It's still not a point of no return just yet, says JW. Aggressive there. Flusher backing him up as well. They've got the man advantage. Don't need to overcommit at this point. As soon as you get the 5 and 4 the CT, you want to be falling back. Don't let them neutralize things, because at that point it becomes a terrorist advantage. This is perfect so far. It looks like the rotation coming from Astralis towards the outside bomb side.
Dupree flashed off, can't find an opening. Micro beats them to it as he gets Kiabi down, and they're going to boost up to Ticketbooth as well. AWP for JW that's going to see above, but he's scoped in, looking toward a main. Nearly lets Glaive slip in undetected as Device has to come alive, and Polka pick 3 still players alive, 4 in the round if he even wants to win this, and this is looking even worse still, because another buy, sure, the max loss bonus is there, but they haven't been getting plants, and again this time no one's going to save unless Device decides to bail now with 55 seconds.
Yeah, we need a pause from Astralis. They're looking uninspired right now, quite flat I would say. We haven't got that kind of superstar level we're expecting to see at this major. They've been great so far this year in terms of last few months since Glaive was on, I should say. There's still a chance for Device here. As I say that though, Schneider takes his head off. It's Godsent now at 9-0, homing in on double figures. Astralis just can't get rocking here at all. It was an aggressive play from Godsent this time. We talk about that AWP going towards the brown hordes at the start of the round for CTs. That's normally fantastic, especially if you can get the opening kill. It's not the AWP that delivers, he gets the distraction in. As soon as that AWP shot comes in, it's Flusher. He pushes it all around. The players have got nades in their hands. He gets the man advantage. Balls back, leaves the open position, and backs up his teammates outside as well. Looking very promising for Godsent so far. As we're going to round number 10, look at this buy map. It's Max from Lost Benders, as you pointed out, no bombs going down. Glaive, yet to post a frag. He's only got a Tech 9 with 4 AKs around him. It's an outside rush, why not? Nothing else is working, let's go for it.
Good shot, Kirby. Finally they get an opening, but Lekro immediately there trading. They know he's in behind the bomb train, but they need to get the angle Device. He's found 2. Finally getting some kills going, but JW steps back up through the flash as well. The pistol finds the low HP of Device. And just like that it turns, but it is still a 1 versus 1. It's the young gun versus Flusher, who always steps up in majors.
Yeah, one of the highest rated players of all time at major events. Let's see whether he can deliver here in the 1v1 situation. You have to say, though, it does favour Kiabi on this kind of scenario. He's got the bomb, he's got time to work with him. Flusher has lost track of his position as well, and he's on the other side of the map for now. So Kiabi, although he is not aware of it, he has got a fully open bomb site now, and once he gets closer and closer, he'll realise that is the case. He might want to risk an open plant ahead, takes a safer bet, gets the bomb down. He has got a flashbang to work with, but Flusher with a smoke and a Molotov, he still has a chance to actually do something with this round.
Kirby's going to back away, presumably clear corner and head to the high ground. But is that too predictable?
The smoke on the low...
Exactly, he's smoking Molotov.
Smoke on lower ramp right now, that could secure the win. As he smokes lower ramp, Molotov towards upper, fake diffuses, baits out wherever he is, but he needs to operate quickly now. He's wasting a lot of time here.
Kirby hasn't moved much either. Still top of the ramp. There's the Molotov you talked about for upper. Smoke's going to go close. Not sure what he's trying to bait with that, but it's just desperation as he knows time's low. Spots Kirby. And Kirby still gets the shot in return. There was time if the exchange went his way.
The problem
finally, Astralis get around.
The problem is, I think we're trying to overthink that situation a little bit too much. Obviously, when you don't know where the player is in a 1v1, he could be pushed up right towards the connector, trying to double kind of bait it, but it wasn't the case, and he had to go a little bit quicker than that, unfortunately. Great round overall, though. Astralis with the outside rush, they finally gets one on the board for them, but a lot of reset potential here, Matt. They're only going to get $3,500 with the bomb exploding towards the end there, but it's going to be 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9s with a full buy of Godsent and a full reset potential as well. They're not allowed to wood just yet, even though they win the previous round.
Flusher tagging up Zippix as well. Nade takeaway, that's going to do decent damage further onto Zippix and more so on Kirby. He gets a kill on Flusher himself before going down. Now they've got openings as Dupree. Nade again. Got 2 kills on the entry, and a Molotov's going to hold out JW, which means another bomb plant on B side. Zippix is the one to fight forward. He's low though, and Pronax gets to the lane fast enough to catch him off. He's getting information as well. JW still smoked off, but Connector, though, has to wait a little longer to get that AWP back in play. They both have kits.
Well then, they can neutralize the upper ramp being a possibility here. The touch of the bomb as well comes out of the 2-on-1 up to Glaive. He's had a very quiet game so far, but he can pull this one off. All be forgiven.
Massive reset. Jumps Just over the Molotov. They're on it in the smoke. It's looking for the defuse, but it's going to be refused. Glaive able to take down Pronax. Has to make this back to a one-on-one with JW. He wanted to slip up the alleyway. Still ample time, but Glaive's going to slide out. And thankfully, Astralis don't get reset, as it would have gone 10-1, and the half could have been gone at that.
Yeah, absolutely. For the reasons you just pointed out, that was a full reset round as well. Glaive had pretty much posted absolutely nothing to this game so far, but that round was huge for Astralis. They couldn't afford to lose it. He wins the 2 versus 1, pushes through a Molotov on the lower ramp as well, finds the diffuser. He's in a full smoke as well. A lot of pressure in that scenario, and he prevails. 9-2. Still money just about available for Godsent. They don't want to give in just yet. They know if they win one of these force by rounds, they can keep this incredible scoreline rolling, but it's going to be an AWP and a max 7 and a UMP in the hands of Lekro. To be fair, Lekro is phenomenal with the UMP, so don't let that be something that you think's going to let him down, because Flusher now opening things up as he pushes towards the brown horse once again in Zipex there with the AK-47, and then the wide face gets taken down. 5-on-4 once more, and that's what's required on these sort of force fire rounds.
I thought Schneider was going to go on that. Saw him just getting away from the top of the ladder and knows his teammates already collected one at the corner with the AWP. But good response nonetheless. They do find 2 kills. Shotgun from JW, which we don't see as much on train. Especially not at outer.
It's a difficult towards Pop Dog normally.
Yeah.
That's where it's traditionally used. But yeah, Ivy, it can be another prevalent position for it. It does pay off this time. 4-on-2. We do have a minute remaining though, and make it a 4-on-1 as Schneider finds Kiabi. Just Device now. He has got all the nades, but only one minute remaining. You can see this lock in. Pronax pretty much guarantees around. There's no way Device get the pre by this sort of position, but if Pronax walks his cross there, he could. There it is though. Pronax comes out on top and it takes the final player there, 10-2. And you can see a star ready from Lekro. Big round for them to pick up, all things considered. It's worth the force buy, I think, at that point when you have the possibility in the AWP on a map like Train, and it's so CD-sided as well. Those shotguns, if they find one kill, certainly can open up options. And now the pressure back in towards Astralis. We'll have a look at their money as well, Matt. It's looking pretty devastating. Nothing really purchased as of yet. Just a smoke, a PT-50 and a Deagle. That's it. So looking very likely to be 11-2 in favor of Godsent. I don't think anyone would have called this at the start of the game. Definitely a team of like world-class players, former world champions, right? But in terms of this project, Godsent overall, it's been pretty disappointing. But Glaive somehow finds something with this. One of the few upgraded weapons we've had there. The PT-50 comes out on top there towards Pop Dog, takes down JW, and they've managed to recover the Max 7 as well. How influential that'll be going forward, I'm not so sure, but let's see.
Well, that's the position we normally see it in. You just finished saying that in the last round. Pop Dog. This time it comes up light. Glaive tagged by it, but got the kill. Start to look inside of B, and Flusha again is going to be the one wielding the op. Tries to get the tag, doesn't quite, has to fall away from this, but Astralis don't want to commit either on this. They want to back away. They don't need to confront that AWP, especially with just pistols inside of a very open bomb site.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have got Schneider now.
He hears them.
Yeah, he's got a very nice position. Backed up by Pronax, who sold a bit of a fake there, allowed him to push in as well. He's going to get a ton of information. He'll probably get 1, maybe 2 kills as they make their way towards Ivy as well. One's going to walk into his cross, I'm almost sure of it. As we wait. Oh, Device. Maybe saved by the flashbang that came in there. I thought trying to be guaranteed a kill at this point. Here it comes.
Gun won't quite protrude beyond the wall. That's the good angle for it. Device anticipates, but how do you find that angle? There you go, exactly that. You can't check the corner. Schneider gets it. Device was trying to time it with the entry that came in from Ivy, though, because Glaive does make his way toward the bomb site. Schneider wants to go through smoke. It's Lekro instead. Will find a kill. The bomb's not get planted. 20 seconds, and Schneider spotted one more. But with smoke in front of him, can't find the angle. Leave it to Lekro, who's been quietly going about business to get his 17th kill. He leads the way. And Flush has stepped up to find Dupree. It's all on the Zipex. 7 seconds. Bomb just gathered, but no time to plant. Lekro there to assassinate.
Yeah, brutal. Last shot there to finish things off there. Astralis, to be fair, didn't really purchase too much into that round. Managed to get a couple of kills. Started off towards Pop Dog, but Lekro, pretty nice stuff from overall. He's against players that have no armor, but still, he's been known as one of the breakout players of 2016. What a great year it was. We did a little documentary on him and shown how he went from absolutely no one on the scene to now being in one of the most prevalent teams as we go into round number 14 here. 11-2, and look at the buy mat. This is getting to the point of no return for Astralis. It's going to be Tech9 for Zipex, Dupree on the Galil as well. Limited utility. This could actually end up being a 13-2 half. This is a very difficult round for them to pick up, and we'll see whether Godsent decide to go aggressive once again. It's been JW back to his usual ways of being aggressive with that orb, finding his opening picks towards the brown horse, etc. But towards inside we go. It's Astralis. It's a set piece. I'm almost certain of it. They haven't really got enough Molotovs to do a kind of like an NIP style full execution with it. Flames all over the bomb site and smokes everywhere. But they have enough to actually smoke off the key choke points. But locked out for now, and that smoke on lower ramp. They'll have to fall back. As we're still in a 5-on-5. Device looks like he may be given a different call here, but Pronax, this is fantastic from him. Backed up by JW as well. Doesn't even matter, he's missed that shot, right? That's fine, because Pronax now, he can actually sit in this position we don't really see too often anymore. And they might just walk straight past him if they want to go for an execution at this point. They think the AWP has fallen back. This could get very interesting. That's if they don't get full execution outside.
You've got to consider that the practice that Godsent has gone in, perhaps Train, is one of the maps because Astralis would expect this. Lovely nade, JW. Schneider goes down as well to Device, but look at the HP that's already been bled away. And look at Pronax, you said it, he was in a good position, catches them off, he's there already. A pinch play, they're locked out. It's going to be sandwich where the last of which goes down and Device gets found near the bomb train, 12-2, and this is incredible that Godsent, a team we thought was an upset potential in the qualifier, we weren't even sure that we were going to be in this tournament, are now taking down what is, by many people's account, the favorite.
Well then, yeah, I absolutely agree. But that round, Matt, it all came down to that play towards Ivy. That's what I've been saying. They've been looking confident within themselves, actually believing they can make these frags. They've been quite a stagnant team recently, and now it seems like JW wants to be taking the aggressive angles. He's found his confidence once again, and like I said, regardless if he misses that shot, Pronax pushing up like that was fantastic. And then he'd go for a strong backstab, while our players walk straight past him. It was the former, and he manages to deliver a couple of frags in the back there. Round number 15, 13-2, still a very real possibility. JW takes a risk in the flames there. Can't find a kill, but definitely worth it, I think. If he'd have found that frag and fallen back, could have been great for him. We'll have a look at the final buy here for Astralis. It will be 4 pistols and Device on the UMP. And yes, you're right. CJW actually not going to be committing to the actual wide face. He wants to wait for players to walk into his crosshair, but the box above him, that's the problem. You can actually see above that as a terrorist. And look at this angle. Oh my god.
It's a risk to jump it because you get heard landing, but he's got the position. He's definitely got the angle on this Tech 9. He's given up the initial jump spots. This time, does he see it? He's spotted in turn.
What?
How does Zipix not see him in the corner? And the nade instead will do damage. Taking down that op would have been huge. Especially as they don't have a lot of weapons to work with. They're going to try and force him well and truly back inside of the B site. There's a bit of a rotation coming over to support that as Flusha gets closer to JW. And Glaive thought about going down the lower ramp. That's quite tense. Difference between 13-2 and 12-3 perhaps is up for debate, but at this point, Astralis needs every round that they can get. You pointed out the HP as well. They're very low on the Godsent side. And now with losing Schneider, it's going to be 4-2 for Pronax, 41 for JW. Lekro gone, Flush on 1. There's a chance they can do this. Perhaps the best round of the half from Astralis, coming out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
As they pick up 2 rifles and get a bomb plant as well.
Well, 12-3, it might sound like a ridiculous thing to say. He is a lot better than 13-2. 12-3 means you actually have the comfort of maybe losing the pistol and still getting towards overtime as a possibility. And that's a really nice round for Astralis to pick things up. A lapse of concentration perhaps from Godsent there. Looking like they're going to run away with it. 4 pistols and a UMP. That's what gets Astralis that third round here. Glaive, he's actually been, probably has very low frag rating overall on the scoreboard, but the rounds he actually has been fragging on, that's the ones they've picked up. He had that 1 versus 2, and now in that final round as well, managing to find 2 frags.
So shockingly, Device is actually putting... Okay, so it's just updated with the last round. Yeah. You can see how the program basically captures it post-round and puts it in. So he had 105 ADR going into the last round. Still finishes with 96. That's pretty incredible, considering the scoreline is 12-3. He sits on 12 kills total, but he's still finding that much damage every round. 19 kills, meanwhile, for Lekro. I mean, we talked about this guy when he went over to Fnatic being the key in the deal that no one was looking at. He was also the deal to get Flusha back over to the current Fnatic lineup was we absolutely, no questions asked, get Lekro back. Like, there's no way we're giving you Flusha for nothing. Right. And, I mean, this guy, he's a star in the making, and he's showing it again here. Big tournaments, Malmo, another one where he was huge for Godsent back then, before the transaction went through. Showing it now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though, Matt, because Astralis known to be one of the world's best trained teams, especially with recent form as well. We'll see whether they can actually step up here. Certainly not out of their grasp. I think this is, do they win the pistol? They're straight back into this, and we could have an overtime possibility or even a Astralis victory. And we'll see what happens. And we go into it, and will be the buy coming in, 3 sets of armor, and a deagle for Lekro. He is very good with the Desert Eagle. This is going to be exciting. I may have accidentally said when Flusha went back, obviously I meant Crims. I don't know if I said it. My mind's lost. It's alright, but you're right. We'll forgive you and move on. We'll be alright come morning. Yeah. Glaive, though, aggressive, and you're right, Lekro on this deagle doesn't go for the raid boss, though. Doesn't matter. Hasn't gone for the Superman. We just want headshots. That's what we want, Matt. That's what we're talking about. My. Goodbye, Glaive. Perfect timing for it. That's going to start it for Godsent. It's the last thing Astralis needed to happen to them with Glaive going down as well. In-game leader gone early. Kit's still up for Dupree. He's got armor. And a decoy for whatever it's worth. Kirby wants to push and get position at Ivy, but look at JW's stance. He's still close to this. And Kirby might just walk and overlook it. Has to consider. Doesn't quite. GW's got a shot. 2-man advantage already for Godsent. Add to that because Pronax has to be free.
Is the reload there giving his position away? JW is waiting for so long. He reloads just in front of him as well and actually gives him the sense to actually, you know what, you can stay where you are and get a free kill. I'm going to be pushing. Regardless, it will be 5 players surviving here for Godsent by the looks of things for now. Zipex though, 5-on-1 and that Deagle headshot from Leopard open things up. Just brutal. I'm sure we're going to see a replay of that just after this round finishes up their edition out of the final frag. And yeah, Lecro, what can you say about that one? He's coming into the meta more and more these days, like the best players on the team, like we said, like the best aimers, I should say, like Scream and Nico, known in their teams to do a similar kind of idea. You come in with that Deagle to open things up, double headshot on a pistol. That is quite rare to see, and what a way to open things up for Godsent. I think you have to force by Astralis in the second round. You can't really take any more rounds on the chin. You're going to have to see what you can do at this force bite. It's second round in the CD half. If they lose this one map, it's 14-3, and they have to take a full eco after this one. So, pretty much need to win this round. That's what I'm saying. That's what it comes down to.
Schneider starts it off for Godsent. So if it's a must-win round, they've got more work to do because they're down 2 now as Lecro finds Glaive. 22nd kill for him in this match. Schneider jumping as well. Doesn't quite get a cost damage. Doesn't matter. Reset. Time to find Dupree, and it's just a slaughter. I think Astralis, just get this over with. Go back to the hotel, put your feet up, and think about the rest of the tournament because this game has been out of their grasp.
This is the worst situation you can possibly be in Counter-Strike. Pick your poison time, boys. Do you want to force buy and potentially throw the game away completely, or you take a full eco, allow Godsent to get the 15-3. I think at this stage you probably have to force buy, take the risk. It's gone so badly right now. Yeah, okay, so CZ, speeded 50s, 5-7s, they've gone for it. Game pretty much can be over at this point right now. It will be match points, and I just don't see Astralis being able to string things together. Let's see whether they can do anything with these pistols. I don't think necessarily they'll be expecting a force buy here, Godsent, as they rush out. Pronax taking the charge here, taking a lot of damage on those initial grenades as well. It could be dropped, but doing good work. Going to take down Dupree.
Unfortunately, it was low on HP when the exchange came at close range, so Device was able to get Pronax back. Man advantage still for Godsent. Double that now as JW takes down Kirby. It's on to Zip.
Yeah, again, it seems like he's been in a lot of these situations by himself when he's just completely outnumbered and with very limited options. As he comes in now, the bomb will be planted. Could get 1 kill out of this. I'd speculate that's probably all he's going to get. There's the first, and now that gives his position away. He's unable to actually pick up the AK right now. Can't actually touch the bomb either. Long range of 5-7 is not really going to do too much damage at that sort of length, but has a smoke to work with, but no kit.
Smokes off correctly out toward Ivy. Those one's there. Where's the second? Wants to try and isolate him. Oh, gets the AK as well. Now, this could change it a bit. The problem is, no kit. Armor's still in play. If he gets the 1 versus 1 and wins that, he could have made this work, but it's time gone, and they're pushing in, and you're right. He's got to get away, and AK is at least something in this, but it's going to be map point Godsent 15-3 over Astralis at this point.
Yeah, well, like I said, there were 2 options there. You force buy and pretty much give the win towards Godsent, or you go full eco and try and push for overtime. And Zipex doesn't even save the remaining rifle there, so that's an absolute nightmare. They're going to be a third stage loss bonus, which means it's match points as well. What a disappointing game this has been. We tipped them to be favourites coming into this major. A lot of people have, like especially like the analysts and the devs, like Thorin thinks this is their tournament to show us what they finally can do with this kind of lineup. Glaive moving in, seems like he's kind of revitalised the spirit of the team as well, but a shocking way to kick things off there for the Danes.
I'm still astonished in the way that Device's statistics are so consistent. Even when they were in the doldrums at the start of 2016, even now in this game, he's still punching numbers.
Yeah.
He's such a good player in that respect. He just needs the rest of the team to step up around him at times, and this being one of them.
Yeah, this just seems like a bad day in the office for Astralis overall. Still a chance, of course. It's never over until it's over. Liquid showed us that earlier. After coming back from a 15-7, Astralis have to go 1 step further than that, though. As we
More
go
than
in.
1 step further.
Well, yeah, quite a lot of steps.
4 steps further.
Yeah, doesn't sound as good though, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's going to be a UMP, a Mag 7, and some 5-7s with some smokes, as these CTs just desperately wait for the final move to be made by Godsent here and see if they can actually do anything with this aforementioned shotgun.
Flush out with the windows blown out. Mask any future movements with utility. DW's trying to get damage. He knows Glaive's up close in that nade. Bounces through and takes him on to 65 HP as Dupree holds the shotgun in the right place, but looks away at the wrong time as Lecro gets down, takes him out. Glaive, he's sat in the corner, let one go by. Good headshot, good tag on a second, but JW's there to take him down. Now, can Kiri follow up? Good headshot on JW. That leaves Lecro low, and Pronax has been found. They're bleeding out both players remaining right now on Godsent's side. They still have the rifle advantage from range, but it's not enough. Astralis pick up their fourth.
Well, there it is. I can hear Sonic roaring in the background there. He's still believing at this point. It's a big round for them to pick up, of course. If it's match point regardless, they need every single round after this one. It will take 11 in a row. The 5-7s, and I was going to say the shotgun prevailed. The shotgun actually went down first. It was the pistols actually did most of the work there. As we get to round number 20, and you can see Godsent certainly going to buy up into this round, even if Schneider can't get a weapon, because you don't want the Astralis bank counts to kind of stabilize at all. You want them to shut them down right now before they have a chance to get the full buys. With winning ecos, that suggests they're going to have that regardless. Device has the AWP. 11 rounds in a row. Stranger things have happened, Matt, and maybe there's still a glimmer of hope here for the day.
This is fast. Okay, Flush is slowed slightly because the Vic's got a flash in there. Good shot from Kirby, gets aggressive again toward Ivy. Device thought about going to the corner at B. Had a spawn that it would have been about a 50-50 battle to get to that position, and two players rushing, and he may have been able to find an opening pick, but Kirby does the job instead. Temporarily leaves the op on the ground until Schneider gets there to grab it, smoke out. He'll be able to cross over as well. Now, Kirby read this or not? Or does he even want to reface and battle aggressively to hold that position rather than putting support inside of the A site? Re-smoke it suggests that he wants to keep his attention inside of A.
Well then, the first kill has been obtained. The first step in a very long journey here for Astralis. Plenty of time to work with as well. 1 minute remaining on the clock. They have got 4 smokes as well, so still not out of this round. Godsent, they're going to be holding up and seeing the picks available. Schneider, I would guess you could say he's a secondary AWPer on this team, certainly proficient with the weapon. In previous teams has been the main AWPer before as well. Even previous iterations of Godsent, he's been the main AWPer, so we'll see whether he can step up here and open up the map as they head towards inside. There is still one player actually towards Ivy. That's actually going to be the AWPer. The Device finding a couple of frags to shut this round down.
He's looking for an additional one as well, but Zipix is up close to play post to the bomb.
So you can see, as I was just building that one up, Schneider is actually on the other side of the map. I assumed he would be with his teammates there trying to open up towards the inside. He was actually towards Ivy, trying to find a kill on that side, and then as soon as he gets that kill, the idea was to strike towards inner. He gets nothing, his teammates go down, and then he looks a bit redundant. So that's, you would assume he would be there toward the low round trying to find that first kill, but it was actually a little bit of a bait and switch there.
And he'll grab the op that his teammate dropped JW early on and save this over, because 2 rounds in a row now make it for Astralis. It's going to mean the money's getting low now for Godsent. Lecro's got enough. He can pick one up, and with the 2 save, they can actually force into this.
10 in a row now. Still a possibility as we go into round number 21. So the saved AWP from Godsent does justify a force into this round. They want to try and close it out. Don't even allow Astralis to consider a comeback at this point. And we can see Astralis where we're sat, Matt. They're still believing the fist bumps are coming out. They still look confident. They're not giving up just yet. They know they've got this capability of pulling this one back. Schneider, decent spawn of the AWP. He needs to be opening things up here as he goes towards Connector and does actually land the shot. Takes Device down to 38 HP.
Good shot through. Pre-fired A main. It's the lineup Guardian likes to use to good effect. Doesn't land this time. Device tagged on 38 as well. Means he's got to be somewhat careful with the AWP, but it is, of course, the one and done wonder. 2 players putting presence on at Ivy this time as well, and Kirby's actually going to back away and give Device the lane, the shot. With the jump already over, there's no bait out for JW, but there could be a trade if Device even hits that shot because Pronax is getting closer. And he's not sure how he wants to face it, and with the hesitation and going to the nades, he gives himself up. JW peeks him at the right time. Down goes the CT side of AWP. Godsent, with map point in their name, now have a 2-man advantage in the round to wrap this up potentially. We say potentially after seeing a 1v5 in the last map.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need to stop assuming at this point. Anything can happen in CSGO, it seems, as Kirby does find another kill, and here we go then. Dupree with a second, but JW nails the shot.
Man, JW snuck in from Ivy, and they had no idea he was there. It's on to Glaive and Kirby, both of them over toward the B site. JW rotating in through C. Glaive's going to give his position up early. That's Kirby's invitation to try and get more aggressive as they're distracted. And Glaive's going to get on top of it immediately. Try and make he might even hold this. Lecro's going to wrap around. Kirby has to be in a position to cover that off, but he's gotten off of the defuse, and his teammate's gone down. Glaive's got to clutch this back. Another kill, and he's to get on it. Pronax has a long way to run. He's still holding this, and I think he's got it. He does. Astralis will pick up 6.
My God, Glaive, what a round that was from him. How many times did he go for the full defuse at that point? I think 3 times overall. He keeps baiting him towards him. It's around where Godsent looked like it was completely tied up. It was a 5-on-3 at one point, but they managed to pull it back. Astralis lived to fight another day, but the bomb keeps going down for Godsent. It's Glaive who's the hero once again. He keeps delivering in the big rounds for them. As we go into number 22 here, Pronax saves an AK-47 in the previous round, so he's got a tech line as well. Interesting, he doesn't throw that over to Flusher. He's only got a Glock. Surely that's a given. Maybe that will happen now. Pronax, you got a tech 9, help you. Be a pal and give it over, but it's going to be Flusher giving a PT-50 instead. Okay. We're going to round number 22.
Big win for Astralis. Every round they have to. That goes without saying on that point, but more importantly, after seeing that force buy on the save, they get the money down, but look at Electro go again with the deagle. Much like pistol round, starts off with 2 headshots, looking for the third. Crosshair placement was there. Unfortunately, the bullet was not at the right time as Glaive comes back through, but now it's JW picking up an M4.
Not like this.
And this could be it because it's Device 1 versus 4. Godsent with a bomb plant down. They know where Device is rotating from. Tag on the Molotov as well, gives away his position. Good shot. Swaps to the rifle. And they're going to triangulate, pinch him off, set for a crossfire. Good flash, buys a bit more space as Pronax wants to wrap around to Old Bomb Alley. Cover the entrance. Schneider just has to sit and stay efficient to get information, and Flusha, he'll peek accordingly. This is a big ask for Device right now.
Yeah, maybe too much. He's got to fight 3 players. The bomb's getting to the point in their return, and there it is. Godsent do close it out. No overtime today. 16-6 is the final score. I don't think anyone would have called this at the start of this one. Astralis tipped to win this major. This didn't even arrive at the first game. Their opening session here get completely outclassed by Godsent. The only rounds they picking up on the T-side really were pretty insane clutches, like 1-on-2s and situations that weren't convincing whatsoever, and they're going to be feeling that, and they're going to have to reevaluate, come back tomorrow stronger, as that just is not good enough.
Not at all. Absolutely.